This is my left foot. It is completely back. Some people don't want to drive an automatic, they want a manual car, but in traffic they are like, why do we have to use the clutch so much? So there you go. But what if you are at a lower speed and you put a higher gear and you leave the brake? What happens? See, you hear that beep? Hi guys, and welcome to Drive Spark. I am Promeet, and today what we are driving is the Kia Sonet. Now this is the iMT version, which is the intelligent manual transmission. So basically this car is for those people who want the joy of a manual car but also want an automatic at the same time. And the weather gods have been nice. It started to rain. So yeah, as I was saying, iMT gearbox. Basically you have 6 gears, your normal gear shifts like you have it in your regular geared cars, but in this you don't have a clutch. So you have a brake, you have an accelerator, and that's all. There's no clutch. So it's for some people who don't really know what this is, it gets a little weird for them when they know that there is a manual shift but there is no clutch involved. So in this video we're going to talk about this car, and we're going to talk about how it drives and how good or efficient and easy to drive is this iMT gearbox. So let's quickly start this video and I will tell you everything you need to know about the Kia Sonet iMT. So now let's look at the exterior of the car once. So it looks like a regular Sonet. At the front you get your LED DRLs that run down. You also get halogen headlamps. You don't get an LED, you get reflectors instead of projectors, and but you have front parking sensors, I must give that. So front parking sensors are present. If we talk about the variant, this is the HTK, that is the turbo petrol variant. It's a 1 liter 3-cylinder turbo petrol, and yeah, if you move to the side of the vehicle, you will notice that this gets body cladding. It also gets these 16-inch diamond cut alloy wheels that actually look nice when they roll. Tire profile on this is 215/60 R16, so it gets a chunky and a beefy tire. So overall the tire is also good, the size is good, alloy size is also nice, it goes overall well with the car size. Move to the side, you have body lines running from the front to the back, you have body colored door handles, you don't get any chrome on the side as well. Well, however, if you move to the back, yeah, and let me tell you that the front is a disc setup, the rear is a drum setup, and if you move to the back, you have your Sonet badging, then you have a rear wiper with a washer. I'll just switch it on from here. There you go, see. So you have a rear wiper, and if you want to use the washer, just do this, and there you go, you have fluid coming in from there. So yeah, rear wiper with a washer, that's really necessary for days like this when it's raining and your rear windshield gets completely clogged with muck, water and mud from other cars as well, and from your car, because the low pressure, it just pushes the water up. You also get a camera. You don't get a 360-degree camera, so if you want to use the camera, you have it. You have adaptive guidelines for the camera that actually move. You have sensors, as I mentioned, at the front and at the back, and then you have your Sonet badging. If we talk about the boot of this car, then you get a 385 liters of boot space, which I think is very nice. If you are 4 people traveling with luggage, should not be a problem at all. And yeah, that's about it. This sums up the exterior of the vehicle, and yeah, there's a sunroof as well. Well, you can operate it from the inside, but yeah, on the outside it looks good. There's a sunroof, and it's a pretty decent sized sunroof. This shade is kind of a manual shade. That's always been like that. It opens automatically, but you have to close this shade manually. Now let us move on to the inside of the vehicle. Now the very first thing, when you will step inside the Sonet, you will notice that it gets a premium luxury kind of a finish. And you get your digital instrument cluster, you get an infotainment system. That's an 8-inch infotainment system that has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a couple of the things that you can go around through it. You have an automatic climate control. There is a third screen as well that displays your temperature, your fan speed and your wind direction for the climate control, and you have tactile buttons all over. Then you have some storage space. You have a lot of storage space on the doors. You have bottle holders over here. You have storage space to keep your phone, your wallet. But sadly, this variant does not get an wireless charger. What you get? You get a 12-volt socket right over here, USB Type A and a USB Type C socket. And thankfully, as I mentioned, this has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is wireless. So yeah, that's a really good thing. Cluster is nice. It's pretty simple. You actually don't have much going on. It's a small screen. It's a little cluster, but you have analog dials as well. You have the tachometer, you have the fuel gauge and the temperature gauge all in analog, and you have the MID screen and a digital speedometer. So overall, it's a clean thing. Looks really nice. You have a round steering wheel, which is good for once. I personally don't like flat bottom steering wheels. They look good on some cars. They have a purpose on some other cars, but a round steering wheel is always better. So you have a round steering wheel. Steering is, you can only do a tilt adjustment. You don't have a telescopic adjustment. Steering mounted controls are there. This version does not get the cruise control option, so the cruise control part is missing, but you get controls on either side to control the infotainment system that you have right over here, and the instrument cluster. Both can be controlled through this. Wiper stock is on the left, and your automatic headlamp stock, which this has automatic headlamp, it is on the right hand side. Well, if we talk about some other buttons are on the right hand side, you get a traction control, park assist button, you have a headlamp leveler, and your automatic start stop. So this car also gets automatic start stop, which is a good thing. And you have your power window buttons and your ORVM buttons right over here. So the ORVM, they are automatic ORVM, they fold, you can adjust them automatically. And on the inside, on the door, you have some silver finishing. Well, you have hard plastic, as you can hear from everywhere. Only the steering is wrapped in leather. Seat has fabric upholstery, which is actually nice. Fabric upholstery is good. They don't heat up much in the sun, so I personally like fabric upholstery. Plus it looks actually nice. Also, if we talk about the rear, you can see you get two headrests right over there that are non-adjustable. They should have given an armrest, but armrest is not there. But you have rear AC vents, and you have some charging options as well. So yeah, that is sorted for the rear passengers. Overall, it's a good car, I would say. For the price that this comes in, it's just around 10 lakh rupees ex-showroom. So you get a lot of features for a car that is priced this well. If you talk about the sound system, it's a good sound system. You have 2 tweeters and 4 speakers on the door. Pretty nice output, I would say. And the higher variants obviously get the Bose treatment, but this is also pretty decent. I don't think a lot of people would swap out their stock system, because it is pretty decent, I would say. Overall, it's a nice thing. The driver's side gets height adjustment. All are manual. The passenger and the driver, all adjustment for the seats are manual. Driver gets height adjustment, and so that's a really good thing. So people who are not being able to reach the steering properly, they can at least raise the seat, so that's a good thing. Overall, it's a nice car from the outside as well as on the inside. And now let's quickly drive this and especially tell you how this iMT gearbox is. So yeah, let's get driving. So this is the key for the Kia Sonet. You have the lock, unlock, and the boot release button, and this is a manual key. You have a flip key. It does not get an automatic start stop button, so you have to insert it, and then your ignition. And if you twist it, it won't start. You know why? Because you have to press the brake. So you have to press the brake and then start this thing. So once it's started up, that's your cluster, that's your screen. As I mentioned, it says press this widget to connect Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. However, if your phone has it, just connect it. It's easy. So yeah, that's the screen, and let's now go for a small drive, and I will tell you how this thing works. So as you saw, this is my left foot. It is completely back. All right, and that is my right foot, which is for the accelerator and the brake, and there is no clutch over here. So as you can see, my foot is on the brake. I will release the handbrake, just engage, gears engaged, leave the brake, and you start to crawl. Now it has a crawl mode as well. You can see you have first gears already engaged, and simply you just have to change gears. No need. My left foot, as you can see, is just right over here. There is no problem whatsoever to switch gears. There you go. Okay, so let me just... It has just rained and roads are a little wet. So yeah, third, then fourth. And obviously I will tell you, if you want to start from a lower gear, what happens. Now we are back to neutral, and I'll just stop the car. You can start from second gear. Let me just try. There you go, second, and yes. Now if you stop it again and you have to do it from third and you leave the brake, what happens? See, you hear that beep? It is saying please shift down. No matter how much throttle you give, I'm fully floored, it will not move. You put it back into second, it starts moving. First, obviously it will. So this is from a standstill. But what if you are at a lower speed and you put a higher gear? So right now we're in second gear and I will just put fourth. Okay, fourth happened. Let me put fifth. Okay, fifth also takes place. Sixth. Alright, great. I think the speed is... Yeah, so there you go. So it again says please shift down, so you shift down. And one more question that people have asked is that what happens if you redline it completely and just engage the gear without even like letting go of the throttle. So I'll just do that. But in the meantime, let me tell you about the engine of this Sonet. So it gets a 1 liter turbo petrol engine. It's a 3-cylinder engine, and this produces around 118 bhp of power and 172 Nm of peak torque, which is pretty decent power and torque figures. Again, it's made it to a 6-speed manual iMT transmission. Main problem is that people have a lot of questions about this gearbox. Reliability wise, since it's a manual, obviously there are sensors inside the gearbox that actually helps engage it. So okay, so we'll be doing a red line over here. So we'll be pulling in 2-3 gears. My foot again is not at all there. Let me keep it on the side. So let's just quickly go redlining 6.5, just shift. Again, redlining 6.5, shift. It's as easy. And this car definitely pulls. I mean, for a 118 bhp car, it has got that punch. So since as the turbo kicks in, it is just fantastic. 6 gears and you will get around 12 to 13 kilometers per liter within the city. On the highway, this claims around 18. You should get close to that. This does not have cruise control, but overall, it's a good car, good gearbox. And how exactly does this work is that if I am on second gear and if I rev the car, so there's a sensor in this stick shift. So as you move it, the slightest move also triggers that you want to shift a gear, and it will not allow you to rev. It will become neutral. So we are doing around 4000 RPM, and if I just move this little bit, you can see I cannot throttle it. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. And we have some intruders on the road. So yeah, very nice. It's actually pretty cool to do this. It gives you that manual engagement and it does not even bother you. In heavy traffic. So in heavy traffic condition, I think this gearbox is really, really nice. Let me just reverse and show you the camera as I was showing it to you. Just reverse quickly to a reverse turn over here. There you go. Put it to reverse. There's a flip switch over here. You just press this, move it to first, and then engage. And there you can see you have your adaptive guidelines with sensors. And yep. So once you've crossed 10 kilometers, the screen will go off. That's about it. So yeah guys, this was the Kia Sonet iMT turbo petrol. Pretty good car. I would say pretty nice gearbox. It's very confusing to some people how this technology works. but this is something that has really eased off a lot of people, because some people don't want to drive an automatic, they want a manual car, but in traffic they are like, why do we have to use the clutch so much? So there you go, your solution is here. No clutch, but you have a manual shift. So I hope you like this video. If you liked it, do give us a thumbs up, share and subscribe to our social media channels. I'm Promit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.